United States President Donald Trump says Russia and Ukraine have agreed to a three-day ceasefire in what could become the latest attempt to ease tensions in the more than four-year war. Posting on Truth Social on Friday, Trump announced that the truce would run from May 9th to May 11th. Trump wrote that all kinetic activity would stop during the period and confirmed that the agreement would also include a major prisoner exchange involving 1,000 prisoners from each side. Soon after the announcement, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy confirmed on X that a temporary truce had been arranged as part of an ongoing US-led efforts to negotiate an end to the war. Russia also confirmed the agreement. Kremlin aide Yuri Ushakov said the ceasefire was reached through contacts between Moscow and the US administration, while Washington remained in communication with Kiev. According to Ushakov, the understanding followed a recent phone call between Russian President Vladimir Putin and Trump, during which the two leaders discussed the possibility of a ceasefire linked to Russia's Victory Day commemorations marking World War II. Russia had already announced a unilateral ceasefire for its May 9 Victory Day celebrations, but Ukraine had earlier accused Moscow of ignoring Kyiv's own truce proposals. Trump said the latest agreement was requested directly by him, thanking both Putin and Zelensky for agreeing to the pause in fighting. The US president also framed the ceasefire around the shared history of World War II, saying both Russia and Ukraine played major roles in defeating Nazi Germany. Trump added that talks on ending the war are still continuing and claimed negotiators are getting closer and closer every day. Still, despite repeated promises by Trump during his 2024 presidential campaign that he could quickly end the conflict, a lasting peace deal remains elusive. The biggest obstacle continues to be eastern Ukraine, particularly the Donetsk region, where Russia controls roughly three-quarters of the territory. Moscow has demanded that Ukrainian forces withdraw from areas still under Kyiv's control, but Ukraine has rejected the demand and insists it will not surrender territory as part of any agreement. Zelensky has repeatedly ruled out formally ceding land to Russia, even as some Western officials and political figures have suggested Ukraine may eventually face difficult compromises if the war is to end. The announcement also comes as diplomatic activity intensifies behind the scenes. Officials say Ukraine's top negotiator Rustem Umerov arrived in Miami this week for talks with US representatives, as Washington attempts to revive stalled peace negotiations. For now, attention is returning to whether the ceasefire actually holds and whether it can create momentum towards a broader agreement after more than 4 years of fighting.